Hey guys, my name is Max. Welcome to Money Matters, and I'm here with Sia. And today we're going to be talking about finance/credit. We're going to be discussing the ins and outs. We're going to be discussing what happens in our communities, the habits, the cultures, the craziness, the good and the bad, and history, a bit of a history lesson as well. So, Sia, let's backtrack a little bit. Yeah, let's just backtrack a bit. What was finance and how was finance viewed or seen, you know, in the days of old, I should say?
Well, I know, like, growing up, my mum always told me, like, stay away from finance, stay away from credit. And people that had credit or were taking out things on credit, as a community, we used to look at them, or we would be like, oh yeah, you're broke because you couldn't afford to pay for things outright. So yeah, we used to look, I wouldn't say look down, but I definitely think there was a stigma around finance and credit and feeling like that was for...
But why?
Because you weren't, I don't know, I think we were obsessed, we are still probably obsessed, but at the time we were obsessed with owning things outright. So we, I think, used to think like, well, they don't actually own it. Because I remember, like, when I was in school, we used to say stuff like, she don't even own that. Like, do you know what I mean? She don't even own that. She's got that on credit. That if they want to take it back, they can take it back. Or your car can still get repossessed. It's not yours. So those kind of stigmas around that is not yours.
But then ownership then gives space for a big liability.
Which I think a long time ago we didn't understand, or we didn't care to understand. Which is why we had all those stigmas. And obviously fast forward to that now, we're on the complete opposite side where everybody's trying to get stuff on finance. And, you know, we know it builds your credit. It can build your credit if you maintain your payments. And there's so many pros of financing and taking out things on finance and credit. But yeah, it's a massive shift. This shift is
But
mad.
I also think as well, finance has been abused, and because everybody has access to financing things now, I feel like a lot of people have used that to help themselves get broke.
Like?
I literally think that people are using the avenue of finance to sign away, you know,
Money that they don't already have.
exactly, their financial well-being, you know. And again, it all ties down to image. You know, you can buy a Hublot watch for 10 grand and you put £1,000 deposit. That £1,000 can be student loan money. Take student loan money, you put £1,000 down for your Hublot watch, and then you have a Hublot watch now. Do you understand? You look like you're doing well. You look like you're doing very well. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then you forget that you have to pay monthly.
Yeah.
There's a monthly payment.
Yeah.
Probably 3-4 bills.
Which is a lot.
You can finance a car with 3-4 bills.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And I just feel like, personally, can I be honest with you?
Yeah, go on.
Can I be honest?
You're always honest.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, so with me personally, if this whole thing was down to me, I wouldn't give everyone access to finance.
How would you manage that? Because at the moment, you're saying everybody has access, but not everybody has access until it's based on your credit. Yeah. So obviously, if your credit is ruined, then you can't. But
the credit system itself doesn't actually prove that you are liable, to have a finance agreement. In itself, it doesn't prove that.
Because realistically, when you turn 18...
You can rig the system. There's so many loopholes.
How, should I say, do you think people should be managed financially in terms of taking out credit, if there was a way to do such?
I think there should be extensive research into your expenditure and income. And it should be looked at for the last year till date. I also think, and I'm not making life hard for people. This is me giving advice to help people, because I feel like finance has done more bad than good.
I disagree.
Why do you disagree?
Because I think a lot of people have used credit to build their credit. So like a lot of young people, 18, when you're between 18 and 21, you may not even have a credit score because you haven't got anything in finance. And in order for you to build your credit, so like, let's say by 20 whatever, you can purchase a house, you need to start building your credit.
But then again, I disagree with that as well, because I feel like no credit isn't bad credit.
No, it's not bad credit.
That's a fact.
But you still can't pass for certain things.
Yeah, but I feel like you should.
So,
because you're innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I definitely agree.
Do you understand?
Because then we're forcing these fresh 18-year-olds
to go and get a credit card.
Finance and credit, yeah.
To get a credit card with £500 in there, and then within that £500, you know, when you have access to money, there's a thing like a midlife crisis. Have you heard of that? You know, when when a lot of my colleagues that I work with have gone through this thing of when they're not used to making so much money and you start making so much money, you don't know what to do with it at that time. Yeah. You don't know how to wrap your head around that the money's coming so fast and in huge amounts. So you start moving anyhow now. You're just spending money anyhow. And that's the problem. That's what I believe finance is. It's like an open door for you to attain anything. You can attain anything you want. For me personally, what does a 21-year-old and 20-year-old and 19-year-old have? What business do they have buying these expensive things when they haven't biologically lived long enough to have a good foundation for themselves? Do you understand? You know, there's been so much upset stories, like successful young footballers that have got into a certain place, got injured, unable to play, and then they've ended up on the other side of things, where finances have become very tough because they never looked into what I can do as a backup plan. They never looked into I should stop financing maybe and I should start doing X, Y, and Z. I've heard a lot of these stories before and it's painful. Like
you said, I agree. I think credit it can be a lifesaver, but it can also be something that, like you said, it could just make you dwindle away. I remember when I was at uni and everyone was getting like laptops and phones and stuff like that for uni, and people were getting stuff on credit. And everything was on credit. Laptops on credit, your fridge is on credit, your this is on, everything is on credit. And then student finance pays for 3 months, and then during the summer holiday, there's no payment. So your last payment is July, your next one is in September. If you haven't managed your money, come August, you are done.
You're done.
Come September, if student finance are saying, oh, we're paying at the end, but you got to make sure you sign in before we drop the payment, you are done.
You're done.
So then, that then starts the defaults and then starts to wreck your credit.
Ruin you.
So I definitely get where you're coming from, definitely. I think that we can't negate though the social pressure. Like there is a huge social pressure to look a certain way. There's a huge social pressure to have certain things. And I'm not saying that
do you think that's down to women?
Into it. To women?
Yeah.
What do you mean? What? My hair's even going on. What do you mean? Wait, how do women have an impact? And I know what you're going to say. I know. But it's not women, it's men and their ego. If we really want to get into it, it's men and their ego.
I think it's women. I think women have put a certain standard out there of a certain kind of guy they're looking for, which makes every other guy, young guy, want to level up and look a certain way. If you don't look like a rapper, you are a riffraff. That's what you are.
If you don't look like a rapper.
You're a riffraff. I saw one video, you know what? That video really just shocked me though. I saw a video and the girls were saying, how can you enter the club? He doesn't even have an
I saw the video.
And look at you, you're just sitting there and saying it's not women. It's
That's
women.
A one-off. And you're making a general statement.
Many of them think that way and it's scary.
My point is that whilst I agree that there are many women that think like that, men are also equally as competitive amongst yourselves. Like a man will go somewhere
road
and
guys.
See, not just road men.
You go and tell one boy that works at the post office that you have an AP. Do you think he cares? You think he cares about your AP?
Yeah, but
he just wants to live his life and pay his bills.
I disagree. Man. I think that egos are bruised, and whilst he may not say, oh yeah, I feel away or I'm gonna get this, he will go home and he will think, yeah, well, he came in, he had this girl with him, he had the girl that I like, or did it like those things.
Listen, I want to encourage
egos.
the young people that are watching this right now. I want to encourage you. Listen, do not get caught up in the lifestyle. Don't do it. Have a 2-year plan, have a 3-year plan, have a 4-year plan, and have a 10-year plan. If your best friend has an AP and you don't, stay focused.
Stay focused, yeah.
If your friend down the road is the same age as you and he has a Wraith or Rolls Royce, whatever you guys call it, maybe there's another one called Ghost. I even know that there's one called Ghost. No matter what they have, you stay focused. Focus on your dream, focus on your vision, because your plan will take you somewhere in the long run. Be wise. Be wise. Trust me, because I'm doing it.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it's time for, like, when I was 18 and in uni, granted you have your parents, but at that time you may not even have that sort of relationship, or you're at uni or whatever, but there was no one to really say, like, listen, don't get this on finance, don't miss payments, don't do this, don't do that, because it's going to affect you in the long run, and it takes time to recuperate from those mistakes that you make. So I definitely agree with what you're saying. It's definitely.
So do you think that we should also kind of help young girls to get
Why is
away.
it girls?
Men have this thing within them that they just want to impress. As when you're young, you want to impress, you want to look the part, you want to be a part of. Do you understand? And if the image of who a man is or a successful man is changes in the mind of young girls, then I think that young men will start to shift the way they perceive what
I think
success is.
men-
Because if you have all these APs and all this stuff,
Yeah.
and a girl's looking at you like, but what qualifications do you have?
I think-
Who are you?
I think men need to move
Your
away.
AP and all that stuff, who cares? What do you have as a qualification? What assets do you have? If women start thinking like that and voicing it, voicing
But
it
I
is
think
the key.
many women do. I think many women do.
Which women voice it?
What do you mean? Which
Name
women
them.
voice it? How can I? Shannon, Sharon. No, I think that men should move away from relying on women to control their feelings and their emotions and how they move and what they do. And no, men should be men. They should be able to stand strong.
Oh, sorry,
and say,
what's a man?
no,
Explain.
be a man.
What
be
is a man?
focused and be able to say no. The way you're saying it, as in they're caving into a woman's pressure, they're also caving into
Have you
social
not heard that
pressures.
this is a woman's world? Have you not heard that before?
Have you not heard that this is a man's world? Because we live in a patriarchal society.
Who told you it's a man's world?
We live in a patriarchal society.
This is not a man's world.
We're getting closer to where we should be, where it's a more balanced and equal society, and women are doing their thing right now, killing it. They
Listen,
are earning. They are
big
doing
up
their
to
thing.
all the women doing their thing.
It's a patriarchal. Men are at the top of society.
For now.
For now. They need to be in control of themselves, and they shouldn't be reliant on, trying to impress a woman, or because this woman wants you to take me Hakkasan, or this one wants to take you Nobu. This is another thing that I was thinking about yesterday, because I was watching Charlie Mace's Insta Live, and he was having this conversation, and I was saying that, why is it a negative thing for me to say, I want a man to take me to this place? What if that is my standard? What if that is where I take myself? If I'm someone that doesn't go to Nando's because I can afford to go to Nobu or go to Hakkasan, that's not something I do on a regular. I don't even do it. But I'm just saying, like, if that's my standard, why is that now being portrayed as a negative thing? You're asking for Hakkasan and your dad is driving a Micra, and what is that? Like, why can she not maintain her standard?
Are you saying that you take yourself there regularly? Not you, but
if she does that,
if
and
she
that's
takes
the
herself there
standard that
regularly,
she's at.
and that's what she wants,
Yeah.
and she's imposing that on a guy.
Not imposing. You've used a word that has a
Influencing.
negative.
Is she influencing?
Not influencing, but
What is she doing?
She has a certain standard,
And she's doing what with it?
and if you're trying to move,
Keep your standard to yourself.
how can she keep her standard to herself?
Keep your standard in that corner.
Then that means you shouldn't be approaching.
No, can we just relax? Can we relax? Look, you have your standard,
Yeah.
and I have my standard. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I've now met you. Yeah. Imagine in my brain, I've forged this image, because this is what we do. I come in a supposable relationship with a chisel and a hammer. I will fix her anyhow. And you come with your own chisel and hammer, you fix me. Do you understand? So I will chisel you into my standard, you will chisel, it's vice versa. But I say that you don't do that in the beginning. I don't have a problem if I meet someone and the person says, this is my lifestyle, but not in the beginning. Understand me first, because I could be on a journey. I just gave them motivational something. I said to them, have a 2-3 year plan. You've met me 6 months into my 1 year plan, and you are talking about Hakkasan.
But that's not her problem.
Can you just
wait? Hold on. Let me tell you why that's not.
I'm not interested. I'm not interested in all that.
Let me tell you why.
I'm trying to get myself together.
Let me tell you what the problem is with this, and with why money is so important. If you don't have money in this life, you will suffer. And
Agreed.
It ruins so many things.
Agreed,
it's
but
unreal.
Can I just say this to the camera as well?
Yeah.
And then you can land. Yeah. It's not about attaining money. It's about what you attain in the journey of getting the money. So the character building, the mindset, the resilience, all of that is what will build you. And that's more important than the money itself. Yeah. So again, my young men that are watching me, don't let them pressure you. Don't do it. Stay with your trainers that you've had for months and years. It's fine. Do you understand? Tomorrow,
yes.
I don't even want to give my testimony. If I start talking about my testimony here, anyways, continue.
I just think that I agree to some degree about, like I said, I've said that I agree that, there is a pressure for men, and likewise there's a pressure for women, but it's not monetary, because the woman is the receiver in most relationships. She's the receiver, especially when you first start dating. But I do think that men need to get to a level where they're not influenced by what they see on the gram. Like, literally, I think that men listen to music. Some men listen to music and they hear the rapper talking about buying this jeans and buying this shoes, and they want to buy it just because they think their favorite rapper is doing that, or this is the new in thing, or these are the jeans, £500 jeans, I want to buy it. Like, you don't really see women doing that. We'll go on Pretty Little Thing and buy our £6 dress and we'll go to the club.
Okay, do you know what will help this conversation, yeah? Is if we have a specific age group we're talking about.
I don't think there is one though.
21 to 25, we'll listen to K-Trap and these different rappers.
18, even younger now.
Yeah, okay, yeah, 16 to 23. We'll listen to K-Trap and all of these people are talking about, you know, I done a chefing in the drip and ruined it. You know, and got rid of the.
Is that
the
an
drip.
actual lyric?
That's what they say.
Exactly.
You know, I done. You know,
thought them bars off
you
the
done a
top.
booting with the drip, and then he ruined the drip. Now, a young man will want to go and do a booting in his drip and ruin the drip on purpose. That's what young people would do. But when you turn 25, I think you've left that realm now. You enjoy the music for what it really is. It's just music. Do you understand? So you come out of that place now. It doesn't no longer influence your life decisions. So what age group are we talking about?
I don't think that music no longer influences. I think that, first of all, I think music influences your decision at any age you're at. And that's whether it's slow jams, whether it's drill, whether it's rap. You listen to a slow jam at the age of 50, it creates a certain emotion in you. Music has the power to do that. So I feel like at any age you can be impacted by music. But I definitely think that if we're talking about the whole money and that in relation to women, I think it's before 25. Most of the plus 25 people that I speak to and I know, and they're past that. Okay. It's like, cool, yeah, okay, cool. She wants me to take her hackers, and man ain't doing that. It just, that's where I'm at. But we were speaking about credit, and I mentioned Pretty Little Thing, and you know that we're able to buy a £6 dress or a £15 dress and step out and look like money. But now we have businesses capitalizing off that, because there's now stuff like Klarna and ClearPay. I think there's a few more, which basically allows you to.
What's Klarna?
It allows you to spread the cost of your payment of clothing.
Financing clothes?
Yeah.
You're joking.
Yeah, so
really?
literally you can go, it's on ASOS. I've seen it on ASOS, I've seen it on Nike.
Wait, so Klarna's another company?
It's another company, it's an external credit
like
company.
a finance company?
Yes.
For clothes in particular?
You can spread it for 3 months.
What's the minimum the clothes can be at?
I don't know, because I've never used it. So I don't know what the minimum amounts are. But for example, if you're shopping on Pretty Little Thing, the stuff.
So for a Louis Vuitton bag, they'll make you finance it?
I don't know if you can do it on that. I know you could do it on high street brands. So like I said, ASOS, I know, Pretty Little Thing, Misguided, those kind of high street online brands.
Do they check your credit and all that stuff as well? You're joking?
Yeah. And you can finance the stuff. So women are now able to do similar things as men. Although it's not as expensive, they're still in a position where you could potentially ruin your credit over clothes. Not even...
They run your credit score and everything, like a soft check?
Yeah, soft check for your clothes.
This world is really like moving forward though.
Yeah. So you don't need to have the money right there and then, you can finance. So what do you think about people putting clothes on credit?
Because it's such a shock to me. I didn't even know that existed. Because it's such a shock, I don't know what to say about it. But I think there's pros and cons.
Yes.
Because there are people that because we have to look at the positives of giving someone an opportunity that doesn't have money like that to look the part as well.
Yeah.
It can temporarily boost their self-confidence. They may even be able to get away from bullying, because these things does happen, you know.
They might have a job interview.
Yeah, they might have a job
they
interview
weren't
and they
working,
needed
weren't
it,
able
and
to,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like that's the positives of it, but then also the negative side is that, and that's in the long run now, where it's going to destroy your probably your opportunity to buy a property in the future,
if you
don't maintain your payments and all that. But if you do keep discipline with that, it has a massive positive effect. You know, it will boost your credit score and whatnot. So, but that's really shocking though.
Yeah. I was quite shocked, to be fair, when
I can now finance this suit now.
I mean,
that's really
yeah. So like you can spread the cost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So guys, we hope you've enjoyed this episode and learned a lot. Of course, this is Money Matters with Max and myself, Sia. You can contact us regarding anything that you've heard in the episode for a consultation. Our email will be on the screen as always. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. We want to say a massive thank you to all of you guys that have been watching the show. The views are doing amazing, and we're so glad that it's impacting the community as we wanted it to. So stay tuned in. Make sure you share, like, subscribe as always. follow,
And big up the gorilla guys as well. The
the
ones that do
gorilla
thing.
guys. The gorilla guys. Big up the gorilla guys. This is Money Matters.
Hey guys, thank you for watching another episode of Money Matters. I hope you enjoyed it, because I did. Now I have some good news. We have a job opportunity and I'd like to work with you that's watching me on the screen. So if you're happy and you want a new job opportunity, you want to explore, you're adventurous, please be in touch with us. Our emails are right there and we'd love to talk to you. Thank you.